Here's a good working definition of insanity. Insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. We've all seen people, let me say it this way. We've all seen people return to the same pattern of sin repeatedly, yet they're shocked by the way things turn out. If we can learn from our mistakes, if we can recognize where we've messed up and become more careful so we don't stumble again, we can change the cycle of sin in our lives. That's what Solomon did. It's exactly what Solomon did. After his enemies, the Philistines, after they had captured him and poked out both his eyes and blinded him, his hair began to grow back. His strength began to return again. Now, don't think that Samson's strength was from his hair. His strength wasn't found in his hair. See, he had taken what's called a Nazirite vow, and part of that vow was to never cut his hair. His long hair symbolized his commitment and dedication to God and God's laws. One day, the Philistines had set up this big festival, this big orgy and party that they were having in order to worship their god Dagon. And so they're getting drunk and everybody's partying and there's this big revelry going on. And someone in their drunken stupor came up with a bright idea to bring Samson out into their midst so that they could be entertained. As they brought him in, Samson was being led by a young servant, and Samson asked the young servant, "Would you please place my hands against the pillars that hold up this temple? I want to rest against them. I want to take a break," he was saying. And Samson put one hand on one pillar and the other hand on the other, and he prayed to God for strength. And when Samson pushed, the temple began to collapse, and the floors caved in. After it was all over, Samson had killed more Philistines on that day than he had throughout his entire life. Even so, Samson perished with the Philistines. You see, folks, temptation will come to every follower of Christ, I guarantee you. But Samson's example teaches us that it's better to shun the bait than to struggle on the hook. Every temptation is an opportunity for us to flee to God. Are you flirting with sin? Are you playing with fire? Watch out. Learn the lesson of Samson.